Billed as Meghan's birthday surprise to all of her dedicated fans, that was meant to be a very special day. A day also to relaunch the royal couple, ex-royals I might point out, the Sussexes onto a bigger, worlder, wider stage. This time apparently tackling the social media backlash, the sort of bullying online. Fascinating when you think, because of course this was their big comeback. As I told you before, I found it very strange that Prince Harry seemed so disengaged from this. But then this happened behind the scenes. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you in this beautiful area of Hyde Park today. Can you see? It's just wonderful, isn't it? People just strolling around, enjoying the beautiful capital city that is London and the glorious greenery, I do like it when people say to me, Neil, that's a wonderful green screen. You do kind of think, if I could get a green screen like this, then, you do kind of think, which bit? But I suppose it's technology, isn't it? Let me tell you, there's some midgets though. Yes. They're annoying, aren't they? Especially when they get in your ear. Drives you nuts, doesn't it? And you can't really keep repelling everything, can you? Because you'd never go out. What do you mean, get a burqa on? Let's not go down that route. Might be the only way soon. Anyway, back as ever to your royal story of the day. As I say, just a little while ago now, over a week and a bit, this was the big thing, wasn't it? That Meghan, on her whatever birthday she claims it to be, was going to be, of course, this big spectacular comeback, a sit down with Jane Pauley on CBS. And, it just didn't work. I think really the steam has run out. What people want and what people really enjoy from Harry and Meghan is the backlash, the people that they're attacking, whether that be through People magazine, interviews, that sort of stuff. It's fascinating when you think. But then this emerged, as we pointed out, that, behind the scenes, a bit of a meltdown, screaming at producers, all of that sort of stuff. Now, let me tell you how television works. You see, when you're doing a big event like that, behind the scenes, you may have a core, amount of people that work for that particular channel, CBS. Then you'll have a bunch of stringers, as they're called, freelancers. We call them over here in the United Kingdom. And they would all be signed for NDAs. They're not allowed to speak out and everything. But what's interesting is, you see, when you're a freelancer and you're not quite sure when you're going to get your next job, then people do reveal all sorts of stuff, on the QT. This is because in the world of television right now, particularly mainstream media, there are so many cutbacks, whether it be in Australia, Japan, India, wherever. Television is cutting down for one reason only. The new digital technology means you don't need all of these people. And not on top of all of that, ad revenue has literally plummeted throughout the world. So when you're working on something big, whether that be an interview, say, with the President of the United States or this, yes, there's always moments where people will leak information out. But here's where it gets really interesting, because on that particular set, they are literally tagged, if you get my drift. So they are petrified, because if they do speak to anybody and that goes back, then they may not get work on other television programs. Do you understand? Other big things, particularly when you're starting out in your career and you're very young. But I can confirm that things didn't go well, and things literally off camera were not exactly the way that it was seen. But of course, this is a very much staged, controlled product that Harry and Meghan are trying to put out there. I thought he came out of it the very best, a little bit more relaxed, and when he met those people, he seemingly had more connection than Meghan, clearly looking for the eyeline of the main lens all the time. Now, CBS, apparently, even though they've had meltdowns behind the scenes, are willing to do a follow-up to see exactly how this brand new incentive is panning out. But so far, and I can tell you this as ever exclusively, and as ever we have to say allegedly, the team have not yet really got back to say when they want to regroup. Apparently the company CBS would like to have this in the can before the end of the year, sort of like a 4-month, 5-month catch-up. See how this incentive is taken off. After all, they gave it airtime. I wonder what the matter can be, and more importantly, why the silence? As ever, it is a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of a beautiful Hyde Park.